Hello, thank you so much for watching this video. We are actually just going to jump right in. I believe that self-improvement is one of the highest forms of respect that you can have for yourself, and today's topic is going to be within that realm, but specifically how to rewire your thoughts and your thought processes, how to get out of thought loop patterns, and in turn, those things will heal old emotional wounds and allow you to become the absolute best version of yourself. First, we must identify the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind. It's the mind that resides in your head. Your conscious mind communicates through thoughts, sentences, words, pictures, ideas. Your conscious mind is the mind that you use to logic, to reason, to weigh pros and cons, and to analyze things. Thought experiment. Think of something completely random. Feel free to comment it down below if you'd like, but you don't have to. Did you think of something random? If you did, then you just used your conscious brain right there. So our conscious mind is our mind in our head, and it communicates through thoughts and pictures. Now we have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind resides in your body, and it does not use thoughts or pictures to communicate. It uses emotions and feelings in your body to communicate. Your subconscious mind collects information through past experiences and your thoughts. It might be a little bit better to explain your subconscious mind with an example. So let's say as a young child, you got bitten by a dog, and as you've grown older, you've developed a little bit of a fear towards dogs. Now, one day you're out on a walk and an unleashed dog starts to approach you. You might notice that your muscles tensen up, your heart starts to race, and your breathing might get shallow and more rapid. This is all happening automatically, and you don't have to consciously think, oh my gosh, I remember when I was a child that happened, and because of that, I'm afraid of it. Your body remembers for you, and it gives you that information instantly. That is your subconscious mind at play right there. Your subconscious mind resides in your body, and it communicates through emotions and feelings. Your subconscious mind is also responsible for those gut feelings that you get when something isn't right, when you feel kind of a sinister vibe, or when you're somewhere that you just know you shouldn't be. That is your subconscious communicating with you through those uneasy feelings. Now we must understand how the conscious mind and the subconscious mind work together. Now they do have a symbiotic relationship, whether we like it or not. Here's the thing. Most people allow their thoughts to run amok because A, they're unaware that they can have control over their thoughts, or B, they don't understand the influence that your thoughts have over your subconscious mind. The conscious and the subconscious mind work together as an input-output system. Your thoughts, which are produced by the conscious mind, are the input. Your subconscious mind then takes and accepts that input and searches for confirmation bias to prove that initial thought to be true. What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias is the evidence that you see in reality that proves your thought to be true. Now, does this mean that it is based in factual truth? Not always. For example, let's say you watch the news every single day and the news is always telling you that the world is a scary, dangerous place, people are unkind, and society is just going downhill. When you go out in public, you're going to be hypervigilant and you're going to be looking for all of these things because that is the input. That media is the input that became your thoughts, and now your subconscious mind is always on the lookout for that. And say you have a small, minor, rude encounter with someone. Then you're gonna have a thought like, see, I knew I wasn't crazy. People really are unkind. Like, I knew I wasn't crazy for thinking that way. To simplify the concept even more, where your attention goes, your energy flows. Think of the car that you drive. How often do you notice the same make or model or even color as your car? Right now, I'm currently driving a bright yellow Toyota FJ Cruiser, so you can bet your butt every time I see an FJ Cruiser out on the road, I'm like, whoa, FJ, cool. Now, how often do you notice something random like Kia Fortes or Chrysler 300s? Because you've given so much conscious thought to your own car, your subconscious mind is always seeking it out, and that is why you always see your car make or model. Basically, your subconscious mind is always trying to seek out whatever input, your thoughts, that you give it. It's kind of like a hunting dog. You let the dog sniff the scent and the dog goes out and searches for that scent. That is quite literally the definition when people say your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts is what your subconscious is looking for, and then you will seek out what you are thinking about in reality. And you don't even try to do this. This is just a natural process that our brains and bodies do. You don't even try to do this, it just happens. Okay, let's do a quick review. So your thoughts are the input to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind takes your thoughts, accepts them, and it seeks it out in reality through confirmation bias. That is essentially the definition of, I'm sure you've heard it before, when people say your thoughts create your reality. That's exactly what that means. You have a thought and then you subconsciously seek out that thought in reality. Now listen closely here, because this is the secret key ingredient that you must know. Your subconscious has confirmation bias, but it has no personal bias. Whatever kind of thoughts that you give to your subconscious will give you 2 thumbs up and it'll say, yep, sounds good. So if your thought sounds something like, I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, I'm lazy, I'm ugly, people don't really like me, then your subconscious is gonna say, yep, sounds good. And it's going to seek that out in reality to prove that that's true. You might make a minor mistake at work, and because these are the thoughts that you have, then all of a sudden that minor mistake is proving true, all of those negative beliefs about yourself, when in reality it is a minor mistake, nothing more. On the other hand, if your conscious mind says things like, I'm a hard worker, I'm a good partner, I'm a good parent, I love my community, and I love myself, then your subconscious is going to say, you guessed it, yep, sounds good, and it's going to seek that out as your reality. Your subconscious mind does not care if the thought is true, false, positive, or negative. Your subconscious mind will always seek out any input that you give it. Your thoughts literally create your reality, and if you're unaware of that, then by default, you become a victim to your reality instead of a creator. You have a thought, then your subconscious takes that thought and seeks it out in reality. Once you see that physical proof of your initial thought, it only reinforces that initial thought, forwarding the thought loop process over and over again. Now you are quite literally in a thought loop. Let's go back to that news example. So you watch the news every day, you have these subconscious beliefs about the world and other people. Then when you go out and you have a minor rude interaction with another person, that only reinforces your original thought that you had at first, which creates more subconscious beliefs, which creates more confirmation bias, which is evidence in reality. Now you're operating out of a thought loop pattern that looks something like this. And if you don't become aware of your own thought processes and patterns, then you repeat these thought loops so many times that it simply becomes who you are, and that is your reality. So how do we get out of thought loop patterns, heal old emotional wounds, and become the best versions of ourselves? Since we know that our thoughts are the input, we now must take control over them to create the desired outcome or reality that we want. Sometimes our thoughts can feel so out of control that they're controlling us, not the other way around. But let's do another thought experiment. Can you make your inner voice whisper? Can you make your inner voice yell? You've just controlled your thoughts right there. There are some things that we can do to take control over our thoughts and start producing intentional thoughts that align with our desired reality. 1, simply become aware of your thoughts and how they influence your reality. Now, if you are still watching this video up to this point, you've already done that. You are now aware of how important and how influential our conscious mind is on our subconscious mind, which creates our reality. 2, intentionally choose the thoughts that reflect the type of person that you want to be. For example, a confident, wealthy, successful person does not have thoughts that say, I'm a loser, I'm lame, I can't do this anyways, this is too hard, I'm not good enough. No, they have thoughts like, I'm confident, I'm driven, I'll do whatever it takes to succeed, I will win. You must think the thoughts that the person that you want to be would have. 3, meditation. I could go on an entire different video all about meditation, but simply put, I will just say it works magic on your mind. It's kind of crazy. Every single time I think I understand why we meditate or what it does for me, I learn something completely new and I've never thought of that before. So meditate. After you experience it, you will understand. And 4, affirmations. You must tell yourself facts about yourself and the reality that you wish to embody. And when I say facts, I mean these are facts that you get to define. So things like, I am confident, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am kind. To rewire your thoughts and mind, you must feed yourself affirmations. They must be present tense and they must be definitive I am statements. No, I will be, I'm going to do this, I want to be, I hope I'll be. It is I am. And even if you feel silly and don't even believe them anyways, you still must do the affirmations. Because remember, the subconscious mind does not care if it's true, false, positive, or negative. It gives you the 2 thumbs up and it says, yep, sounds good. So when you feed yourself positive affirmations, even if your conscious mind does not believe a single one of them, your subconscious mind is taking in all of that input and it's saying, yep, sounds good. I'm gonna find proof of all of these positive things that you are giving to me right now in your reality. Your subconscious mind is going to seek out whatever you feed it, so make sure you feed it something good. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I sincerely appreciate you and appreciate you watching this video. This information that I shared today, I think is pretty important and fundamental to becoming the absolute best version of yourself, and changing and rewiring your thought process, I think is the first step to making literally all of your dreams come true. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.